Welcome back to the channel, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Today we are at
The Hoover Dam.
The Hoover Dam. And we're going to take you guys with us while we go take a walk around. There are no guided tours because it is still shut down from COVID. But we're going to go take you guys around and show you what we see. It's our first time here, and we're going to take you guys with us.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can sense the Energon cube here at all.
And if you know what that's from, let us know in the comments below. Alright, we will see you guys out there.
We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sanctuary. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this.
You can see people all the way in there. So. That will be scary.
I can't imagine being the one who helped build that. Like, whew, that is not a job for me at all. So for $5, oh, it's purified. It is hot water. It's purified water with electrolytes.
That just looks like a reusable bottle. Right?
And it's literally right in
the sun. That makes even less sense.
So if you were coming to the Hoover Dam and you wanted to take a guided tour, you are going to purchase it over here. There's also the gift shop and the cafe. But as you can see, that is not currently happening.
You were always smarter. I was the one to tag along. I remember how it started. To realize we're miles apart. In a paradise, we could work it out and see the hard times fading. And the sun rise, we could flee the night.
So apparently this is the dog who owned the dam. It's a dog that wandered freely around the dam sites, and then they buried him right next door, and I'll show you that footage in a second too.
In a paradise, we could work it out and see the hard times.
Here looks like the Hoover Dam Visitor Center. Oh. So that's what the Visitor Center looks like, folks.
In the sun rise, we could flee the night. Flee the night.
part of it at the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, we're on the like the outskirts of actually walking over. We're gonna walk over it next, but we figured we'd give you some feedback from some of the stuff that we've read so far.
Yeah, so they have a lot of monuments. Like they have a really big monument that's dedicated to all of the people who died creating the Hoover Dam, which this thing, words, pictures don't do it justice. This thing is crazier than anything I thought that it would look like.
Yeah, and also we went past the dog that basically was on the job site during the building, his little barrel thing, which is really cool to look at too.
Yeah, so it's definitely an interesting thing. And also to keep in mind, since we're not doing federal tours here, you can definitely pay tour groups to bus you out here and give you guys a tour. So if having somebody guide you through, definitely look into that if you're wanting to go to the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna go explore some more. Let's go.
That's pretty cool. So there's the Hoover Dam exhibits. And there is the spill house over there. That's basically an event center. So just in case you didn't know, the Hoover Dam actually has 2 different time zones attached to it too. So this is the Nevada side, and I will scroll. Boop, 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 boop. You'll see over there in the distance, and I'll show you a little closer up when we get over there, but that's the Arizona time zone. So basically the middle of the dam splits 2 different states as well as 2 different time zones. So this is the actual Hoover Dam on one side. This is actually at the middle of both, so it's the Colorado River, I believe. I know. You can see the secondary bridge in the distance. That's what you actually have to cross over if you're on the interstate. Maybe this is the inspiration for Gilligan's Island. Shipwrecked on the Colorado River. Alright everybody, so this is the state line apparently. We just crossed the Nevada-Arizona state line.
Yeah,
we changed time zones. What do you call that, Nancy?
Time traveling.
Yeah, we just time traveled apparently.
So we are now an hour ahead. Yeah. And we're gonna walk back and it'll be like we didn't do anything.
Yeah, like we lost an hour.
Yeah, so
we gained an hour.
We gained an hour, yeah. Yeah. But so far I have to say this place is really cool, like just to take it all in and the beauty of it all, like it's gorgeous out here. And the weather, we couldn't have asked for a better weather day. It's not too hot, there's a nice breeze, it's nice and cool, so definitely try and come in the fall for sure.
And it's definitely worth the about hour-long trip from Vegas, so this is definitely worth it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we're gonna show you guys the view from the other side.
So for our Disney aficionados, what does this remind you of? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you get it right, maybe we'll send you something.
Now the motorcycles. Look how far down that is, folks.
Oh, wow. So this is everybody that was on the Boulder Canyon project. It's kind of hard to read, but we're still going to show it to you. And also the timeline.
Du kannst quasi dich an Schild stellen, Zigarette ziehen, einen Schritt rüber, da hast du 1 Stunde lang geraucht.
What do you think this goes to? Like, what is this?
There's supposed to be a Hoover Dam Tour you can take.
right, Nacy, what's your time travel dance?
I'm in one time zone and I'm in the other. And you know what I just did, guys? I time traveled.
But you didn't even have to reach 88 miles per hour.
Nope.
That podium is clearly the one where they stay at because you can see there's an air conditioner up top. And a camera, of course. Hey, U.S. government, why no women's bathroom? So, to get to the men's restroom, you actually have to go in that one I just showed you and then go up the stairs to the restroom. Sorry, it's a little dark here. Here's the cool design inside the restroom.
Alright, so we just finished walking the Hoover Dam. There is a little bit more that you could have walked to, but I felt like we had seen pretty much everything. So yeah, we walked both sides. It's actually really cool. And then there's like a men's restroom just kind of like randomly in the middle of the dam. So that was...
It's a cool little walk. It'd probably take you about, I'd say 10-15 minutes if you're walking at a good pace. We walked a little slower to look at stuff, but not a bad walk at all. And it's a pretty easy stretch. We walked the whole thing. There was just a little cutoff where the road turns that Nacy's talking about. I don't know why she even mentioned it, but we walked the whole dam when we did it.
Yeah, and I have to say, for $10 to park and just go see that, definitely worth it for sure.
Sure. And you can drive across it. Well, you still
as many times as you want. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can drive across it for free.
Yeah.
To park in the parking garage and get out and walk, you have to pay $10.
Yep, and then we're going to check out the visitor center next, which is another $10 if you're interested.
Yeah, and we're going to show you guys those tours. So yeah, let's go to the second half.
The government was already seeking ways to tame the Colorado through the engineering skills of the Bureau of Reclamation. But with 7 states disputing how much of the river's water each could claim, construction of a dam, any dam, was only a dream. But in 1921, Secretary of Commerce Herbert Hoover joined representatives from the 7 states to seek out a solution to equal water rights. Franklin Delano Roosevelt dedicated Boulder Dam on September 30th, 1935. In 1947, Congress officially named it Hoover Dam. Some call it the most prodigious engineering construction feat since the Great Pyramids of Egypt. When a U.S. Senate committee endorsed construction of Hoover Dam in 1928, its report said, "A mighty river, now a source of destruction, is to be curbed and put to work in the interests of society."
So this is the first piece of concrete that was a sample that was poured when this was built, and this is a cableway that they use to carry. And you can see how crazy thick it is. That's pretty cool. In case you're wondering, this is basically what they would sit in, as that was like it pulled them up to the top. So they were doing masonry while they sat in this little wooden chair and rope. That's crazy.
How they generate all the power for the Las Vegas hotels. They just have these people here spending this.
Gary is currently powering one of the lights on Circus Circus.
Lane Highway from San Francisco to New York City. The thickness of the roadway is a mere 45 feet, but as the dam expands towards the base, it reaches 660 feet, nearly as thick as it is tall. She weighs in at a petite 6.6 million tons.
Alright guys, so we made it to the observation deck. We're up at the top of right around the corner from the Hoover Dam. And I have to say, like, the views up here are spectacular.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's only $10 to go in here. They got a couple displays downstairs, which are pretty neat. And then you got the observation deck up top that you can get really close to the big canyon.
Yeah, and it is, it's high. So, yeah, so we will see you guys when we're all wrapped up here and give you our full debrief and all of our legit tips for when you guys decide to come to the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys in just a second.
It's normally just a crawling speed through here as everyone is trying to get a view of the dam. When we get across, we will have officially passed from Nevada and entered Arizona. On the other side, I'll take us to a nice viewpoint that will be a good place for us to turn around and come back.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, we were all excited about it when we realized it, and then we actually looked at the clocks and it was like the same time, so.
guys are wondering, we are at the very top of the road. So we drove all the way back through there, came up that ridge, back up that ridge, way back over there, turned around, and then came over into this parking lot. But yeah, as you can see, up there is the really high bridge for 93, and then all down here is just Hoover Dam traffic. It's the dam traffic. It's really cool from up here.
Yeah. So this is what the backside of a dam looks like. If the backside of water is the 9th wonder of the world, is this the 10th wonder of the world, being the backside of a dam? And that, folks, is the river, a good few hundred feet below us. 800? Go try that. So this is, on the right side you got Arizona, on the left side you have Nevada.
After Lake Mead, mag-Lake Mead muna tayo. Hindi rin, may kinukuha yung mama. Sige dyan, oh. Ay, balik.
So this is the walk to get up to the large bridge. So here we are about halfway up, and you can see Nacy getting out of the car down there. This is the state line. Alright, so now we're heading across the big bridge. And by the way, if people try to talk you out of the walk really isn't that bad up here. It's right in the front, you got a bunch of steps, but after that it's a pretty easy walk. Alright, so you'll see right there, that is the Hoover Dam in front of us. I hope that's a good shot. That is the directly down from us. Another shot of the dam in the distance. You can see the cars on the road. You can see the water back there. We are ridiculously high, folks. So So there's the other side in case you're interested as we walk in. A lot of mountains over there.
They just didn't have the parking for it.
So here is the end of the bridge, in case you were wondering. There's nothing here. And then as we scan, if you ever walk all the way to the end, this is where you are. We came from all the way over there. And if anybody was wondering while they're watching the video, there's the parking structure over there, which we came from earlier. I don't know if you can see this, but if you're crossing the bridge, this is the point where you cross the state line. You're fine.
All right, guys, so we made it back home from our visit to the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, and really it's not that far of a drive. It's only, especially if you're staying on the strip, it's probably only like a 15-20 minute drive to get to the Hoover Dam. It's a lot closer than you think it is, so it's definitely worth the drive.
Yeah, the drive out there was actually really nice. We used this app that was called Gypsy Guide, and it had a lot of talking points and pointed out different things on our trip there. As well as once we got there, and then had interesting stories about the Hoover Dam during the entire trip out there. So I highly recommend trying the Gypsy Guide if you're going to be driving yourself.
Yeah, and check out the description below. We'll put a link down there to the app too. 'Cause, again, really cool.
Yeah.
It definitely keeps the whole, we had about 5 people going, so it kept all of them kind of interested and engaged the entire way out there. Even though it's not a long drive, it is the desert, so there's not much to see. But this really helped sort of connect everybody and sort of get us riled up for the Hoover Dam.
Agreed.
So what did you actually think of the dam itself?
I honestly, the dam was the dam. It was awesome, actually. It was way cooler than I expected. It's something that was built like way before I was born or even a thought, so I thought that part was really cool. I really enjoyed the views from the top. I'm a little bit afraid of heights, so it was a little unnerving at some points, but it's actually really doable if you're afraid of heights, I have to say. There's a couple of different outlooks that you can look out on it, but it's high and it's cool. Like, I honestly, I wish I could describe it better than it was cool, but I really enjoyed it and the history behind it.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. Did you ever have the opportunity to take one of those tours? Because we were really interested in it. Our understanding is it hasn't been going on since 9/11, so many moons ago. But if you ever went on one or have done that, let us know in the comments below, because we are definitely interested in doing that one of these days. Something too to know, a legit tip is it is free to go there, really. As long as you don't want to go into the building, you just want to walk across the dams, there is free parking. If you want to go on the bridge, that's also free parking. So there are some free aspects to this. You do have to go through a security checkpoint, but they really don't do much. They just look in your car and make sure there's nothing there and ask why you're there. So that wasn't a major thing, and it didn't take very long. But definitely a legit tip, there are some free aspects to it.
Agreed. Just be aware if you do the free parking, it is a bit of a walk. There's
not if you're going on the bridge. If you're going to the Hoover Dam itself, it's a walk.
Yeah. There is the bridge that goes over the dam.
Right.
And then there's the dam itself. So yeah, if you're going to the Hoover Dam, there's several spots as you kind of go and wind upward where you can park, but you're going to have to walk from those spots down. And then I think what's going to be the kicker is the walk back, because that's a uphill walk. But one of the cool things about the very top that you really should do is that there's a gift shop at the very top. And we found more Hoover Dam merchandise up there than we did at the gift shop that was down at the bottom by the Hoover Dam.
Right. There's a covered parking garage, that's pay. Then there's an open parking garage, or an open parking area, I would say. It has some covered parking. Those are both charged, and then everything beyond that seemed to be free. But it's a walk to get to the dam once you get past that.
So what was your favorite part about the Hoover Dam?
I like learning about the histories, going inside as far as we could go inside the dam. It doesn't take you that far in. There's sort of like a little building that's kind of on the top of it, showing like the turbine sizes, some of the history with how they actually laid the concrete. The idea is that they had like huge cranes back in the day that lifted people into the pits and stuff. I can't imagine how scary that was.
Just so you know, nobody is buried in the concrete.
Yeah, they say that like 15 times, so obviously someone is buried in the concrete, but like they say that over and over again while you're there.
It's a very main theme that is preached at you.
Yes.
All the way through. But the guided tour, which wasn't really guided, it was kind of like a walkthrough thing, but you could go to a show where they talked about the history of the Hoover Dam.
Which was like a PowerPoint show. It's totally worth it. Totally
Yeah.
worth it. It's just a quick little like 15-minute PowerPoint show, but totally worth it. They definitely know their stuff and talk about the dam and tell you
there's
that
a
no one
movie.
died there.
Yeah, and there's a movie.
That's the other show.
And then it lets you walk through the exhibits, as you'll see. Definitely, in my opinion, I thought it was worth the money. I enjoyed it. I got to learn a lot more about the history behind the Hoover Dam, so I definitely recommend that. And there was one other building we didn't make it into that was supposed to have like some dioramas and stuff of the
Yeah, we saw a couple in the
construction.
one building, but there was supposed to be more of the dioramas. We just, at that point, you know, it was cool, but we wanted to go see the actual bridge, me and my father, so we definitely wanted to do that. And that, they will try to scare you. The bridge itself, it's supposed to be like 150 steps or something. It's really not that bad. You get up there pretty quick, and then it's pretty much a nice walk. It is definitely a little scary if you're afraid of heights, but there's a big enough space where if you're afraid of heights, you can actually stand against the concrete side instead of being on the open side. So it's a little more comfortable. It does sway if you stop moving, but that's every bridge. But it's definitely worth the walk up there, and don't be intimidated by the stairs.
Yeah, I didn't do the bridge this time, but I definitely think we'll be going back because it's really cool. Boulder City seems to have a lot of history behind it. So we're definitely going to be going back to Boulder City. So if you've got...
Let us know in the comments below. Have you ever been to Boulder City? Any like recommendations for why we're there, what we should do? We'd definitely love to hear them.
Also, there's another vlogger that we watch. I think his name's Justin Scared, and one of his friends has a monster museum that is actually in Boulder City, so we might go check that out one day too. So yeah, we will definitely go back to the Hoover Dam, I think, for sure, and definitely be exploring Boulder City in the future.
So make sure to like this video and subscribe and ring that notification bell because you want to keep updated when we release those videos so you can keep seeing them and so you can enjoy the rest of
Yeah.
Vlogmas. I believe this is in too.
Yeah, so we will see you guys in our next Vlogmas adventure, which will probably be tomorrow. So yeah.
And if you have any questions about the dam, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Wanna hang out with my friends.